I'm John Hinkle, the senior pastor of First Presbyterian Church here in downtown Murfreesboro, and this is what I've been calling our Saturday Review, where we review the sermon for this coming Sunday. And once again, it's Saturday, so you get me in all my Saturday glory. I walked to church this morning. I've gone on my sermon a couple of times. We've even had a New Beginning Task Force meeting. I'll go over my sermon again, just so I think I know it, but I'll go over it again. It won't hurt me. It won't hurt you, I don't think. So, as you know, last Sunday we started a new series of sermons where we're using the board games of our childhood to kind of be the backdrop in this conversation we're talking about in the ways we live out our faith and why we live out our faith and why we do what we do. And last Sunday we talked about the game of life, or as many of you know, the game just called life. This Sunday we're going to talk about my all-time favorite game ever, the game of Risk. So what I thought we'd do in the review real quick is I'll tell you what a risk isn't and what a risk is. A risk isn't an action where the outcome is already predetermined. Does that make sense? If I do something and I already know what the outcome's going to be, that's not a risk. Like, for example, I brushed my teeth this morning. It wasn't risky, and I already knew what the outcome was going to be. I had cleaner teeth, help prevent cavities, maybe even have better breath. But it wasn't a risk. Let me tell you what a risk is. A risk is when you do something and you do not know what the outcome's going to be. As a matter of fact, in whatever you're doing, you may actually fail at what you're doing. And you may actually lose more than what you had when you started. That's a risk. Of course, here comes the fire engine. There goes the fire engine. But that's a risk. And yet, as you calculate this, as you understand how much your action may or may not cost you, at the end of the day, you conclude it's worth the risk. One of my all-time favorite passages is in the book of Hebrews, where the author of Hebrews reminds us that faith is the confidence of what we hope for and the assurance about what we cannot see. When I think of risk, I think of those words. And yet faith, in connection with risk, would tell us it's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Because whatever the risk might be, faith tells us that God is with us every step of the way. So I hope you have a great Saturday afternoon. I hope you have a great Sunday. If you're coming to worship, we look forward to seeing you. If you're watching online, I hope it's great. And also Sunday, do me a favor, just rest. We give thanks that the Sabbath is about just that, worshiping God and resting in His grace. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you real soon.